The humanitarian situation continues to worsen in the beleaguered Gaza Strip. At this moment as we speak, food is running out, and aid agencies are simply unable to feed over 1 million people who've been expelled and displaced from their homes. And they're now on the brink of starvation. Considering the severity of the situation, the Jordanian armed forces carried out 4 airdrops of humanitarian aid over the Gaza Strip. Some relief and food items such as high nutrition meals were airdropped along the coast from the north to the south of the besieged Palestinian enclave. However, some of this aid actually ended up in the sea, and the Palestinians had to row using boats to collect what was believed to be airdropped aid over the water. 4 C-130 aircraft, one belonging to the French armed forces, carried out the airdrops.
4 planes were deployed in the operation, including 3 Jordanian C-130 and 1 belonging to the French Air Force. The aim of this airdrop for the second time was to deliver humanitarian aid directly to the citizens of the Gaza Strip.
The airdrops pose significant logistical challenges and also safety risks, and humanitarian groups generally airdrop aid into conflict zones only as a last resort. They're also less efficient and pretty expensive in comparison with delivering aid by road. The 2 tons of aid that was dropped by the French plane represents far less than the capacity of even a single truck. And it makes up less than a sliver of the aid that is needed, but more than 1 million Palestinians have been driven out of their homes due to this war. The French Foreign Ministry statement has said that France is ramping up its work with Jordan because Gaza's quote-unquote humanitarian situation is absolutely urgent. With a growing number of civilians now dying of hunger and disease in the Gaza Strip, the United Nations officials are warning that an attack on Rafah will be nothing less than catastrophic, with over 600,000 children in the path of an assault. A move on the town and the surrounding areas could also cause the collapse of the humanitarian aid system that is struggling to keep the Gaza population alive.
There's no food to feed my children, nor there's any bread. We came to the point where we're eating tree leaves. We're eating the food of this donkey. What more do you want?
The calls for internationally coordinated airdrops have intensified as aid groups simultaneously have warned that the hunger crisis in Gaza has now reached a tipping point. Last week, the World Food Programme had suspended food deliveries to northern Gaza, saying that despite the extreme needs, it simply could not safely operate amidst the relentless campaign of bombings and also the collapse of civil order in recent days. The World Food Programme and other United Nations aid agencies have repeatedly warned that their access into northern Gaza is being systematically impeded by the Israeli forces. Israel, for its part, has denied blocking humanitarian aid deliveries, although it is the one that is in charge at this moment of the Gaza Strip. In the latest, the United Nations Humanitarian Office has alleged that the Israeli military has stalled medical evacuation convoys in Khan Yunis, has also detained a paramedic and has forced others to remove their clothes.
The Israeli forces blocked the WHO-led convoy for many hours the moment it left the hospital. The Israeli military forced patients and staff out of ambulances and stripped all paramedics of their clothes. 3 Palestinian Red Crescent Society paramedics were subsequently detained.
The OCHA spokesperson has also confirmed that 3 paramedics were detained. 1 was later released. He then appealed for the release of the other 2 and all other detailed health personnel of the Gaza Strip. Now remember, the attack that took place on the 7th of October caused about 1,160 deaths in Israel. And according to Palestine's health ministry, at this moment, in this campaign of relentless Israeli bombings that have now dragged on for almost about 5 months, at least about 30,000 Palestinians, mostly women and children, have been killed. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.